Hello and welcome to this audio version of 5 Days with My Super Hot Ex by Kimberly Krey, read to you by Kimberly Krey. Chapter 1, Day It All Began. 5 tutorials, 4 makeup sponges, 3 foundations, and 2 concealer sticks. That's what it takes to cover 1 post-period pimple, a predictable occurrence which I have dubbed the triple P. I lift my chin and scrutinize my reflection as the mound comes into view. Crap, I can still see it. But at least it's not red anymore. Sure, there's a crusty makeup scab on the surface that looks like a cat's tongue. The color doesn't match the rest of my face either. It's the exact color of that tangerine tank top that I bought, but never wore because the lighting in the store lied big time. I never did take that back. I groan. Why? Why, at the age of 25, does the triple P still have to invade my life? I should be mentally preparing for my Zoom call this morning, not researching tutorials made for puberty-ridden teens. You're meeting, Nikki. Focus. At least my hair looks okay. I bypassed that whole dye your blonde hair black trend that my friends went for, but I'm starting to rethink that. Maybe I'd be taken more seriously as a brunette. I tear out of the bathroom and race toward my Zoom call corner where the laptop, quintessential lighting, and a cold Diet Coke await. In 10 minutes, I'll log on to a call with Millie from Millie's Paper Supply, a potential investor for my small business called Box of Cheer. Scoring this meeting was a big deal. Huge. Millie is one of the biggest in the tissue paper business, and she's considering investing in my company. Box of Cheer sells colorful, custom boxes filled with cheery things and ships them across the western United States. The Sunshine Box, for instance, filled with all things yellow, happy, and bright, goes best with Millie's lemon twist tissue paper as a base. Add the peachy pie paper as an accent, and the colors pop. Ah, her line goes perfectly with mine, and I can't wait to partner up. It's a proud moment. Sure, it took me 6 years to get a business degree that typically takes 4, and I had to work 2 jobs while caring for my struggling mom and younger brother, but at least I did it without accepting personal handouts from neighbors, friends, or even my pastor and his wife, who, bless them, offered to contribute a little something toward my schooling as well. My mom says I have pride issues, but if everyone has issues, that's one I'm willing to live with. It's better than having self-respect issues, which, sadly, dragged my poor mother through more misery than any woman should have to endure, all while her children looked on. So, in essence, my issues stem from witnessing the effects of her issues. That aside, my self-started, self-operated business is blooming quite nicely. Okay, so it's maybe more of a bud than a bloom. I plop into place, pour Diet Coke into the ice-filled glass, and use a red and white straw to stir it into oblivion, an act that pricks in my heart each and every time. I've been beating the fizz out of my drink since I was 10. I like the flavor, not the fizz, but the habit only haunts me now. All I can see is my super hot ex-boyfriend, Kai Kingsley, grabbing my glass and doing the tedious deed for me. He'd lift the drink to those full lips of his, take a test taste, and shudder. It's ready. I don't know how you can like it like that. And then he'd hand it over to me and wink. My stirring becomes frantic, something I don't realize until my knuckles are splattered with Diet Coke dots. I sigh. If Kai were still in my life, he'd be doing this type of grunt work for me. I take a long sip. Okay, I say. Pity party's over. It's time to secure my very first business partner. Once this deal is done, I'll use Millie's name to score more investors from other businesses selling items I need, such as mugs, chocolate, fuzzy socks, or bath bombs. A dart of excitement shoots through me. It's finally happening. I glance at my phone and see that I have 4 minutes to go. I crack open my laptop and brighten the screen when my phone lets out a buzz from the desk. I assume it's Millie sending a link to our Zoom call until I look closer. Nikki, I hate to cancel our call, but I've only now gone over the numbers with my financial advisor, and he is not on board. Sadly, I won't be able to invest in your company after all. What I can do, since I admire your gumption and want to help you succeed, is offer you a one-time 40% discount on a purchase the size of your choosing and a lifetime discount on paper supplies. I stop reading there, but scroll way down to see how long the text goes. 1 scroll, 2 inches. Another scroll, 2 more inches of the same text bubble. I cringe. I could probably scroll down this text thread until tomorrow and still not be done reading Millie's patronizing mush about how special and talented I am. I groan, slap the phone down, and plunk my face onto the table. A toast crumb crunches beneath my cheek. Ugh, I ate toast here and I didn't even clean up? I'm an animal with a greasy crumb on her cheek, a big boil on her chin, and a canceled Zoom call meeting. I was counting on Millie. I need paper, a lot of it, to make my boxes cheery and bright. But even more, I need investors to get this thing off the ground. Give me a discount, I mumble through smushed lips. No thanks. It's better to eat no pie than choke down a serving of humble pie. If Millie's backing out on our original deal, I'll find a whole new supplier. I'd rather go out of business than buy paper from her now. My phone lets out a second buzz. I assume it's another mile-long text from Millie until the buzzing continues. Someone's calling. I try to wipe the pout off my face as I bring the phone to my ear. This is Nikki. Nikki, this is Marsha Langston from the reality TV show Time Warp. How are you doing today? I peel my cheek off the kitchen table and gasp. Huh? I'm sorry, who is this? She offers a polite laugh. TV producer Marsha Langston. I'm sure it's a bit of a surprise, but I'm calling because you and your old high school flame, Kai Kingsley, have been nominated for Time Warp's new high school reunion special. We're letting the state of Arizona start things off. Time Warp. Wait, is this where you try to get couples back together? My body turns into a lit fuse, all fast-moving heat and sparks, threatening to end with a horrible bang. The one and only, Marsha says. If you accept this invitation, you'll spend 5 days in an Arizona home while the cameras roll. During that time, you and Kai will engage in directed activities that we hope will reignite that old spark. The flicker on my internal fuse moves faster. Is this really happening? How do I know this isn't some sort of prank? Good question, the woman says. Give me a minute. I hear a commotion in the background. Another short pause, and then my phone buzzes. Take a look. I pull the phone from my face to look at the text. It's a photo, a woman seated at a desk with the LA landscape visible through the window behind her. I recognize the famous producer with ease. Marsha Langston has appeared in a handful of her reality TV shows. Her shiny black hair hangs along her jawline, while that shrewd look in her green eyes holds hints of amusement. I read the note she holds. This is not a prank, Nikki. I blink. Huh. What do you say, Miss Jenkins? There's no possible way Kai will say yes to this. I heard through a mutual friend that he's prepping to take his bar exam. But even if that wasn't the case, my curiosity wins out. Did you ask him already? Not yet. We're starting with you since the classmates who nominated you two agree that you'll be the more challenging one to get on board. No sense in bothering Kai with this if you say no. Yeah, but what if I say yes and then Kai says no? Then we move on to the next couple and that will be that. Sure, that would be that, and I'd get my heart broken all over again. I fling my head back dramatically, wanting to dunk myself in a water bucket and douse out the burning fuse before my insides explode. No, I blurt, bobbing my head back into place. I'm sorry. I don't think I can take being rejected by him again. There's money involved. My brows jump. Money? Good money, too, as long as you fulfill your end of the deal. I think back on Millie's mile-long message. What's the catch? We don't get the money if we don't get back together? There's no catch like that. Just stay the full 5 days, fulfill the challenges we give you, and you'll get your money. How much? $25,000. My eyes double in size. Per day. They're about to triple in size when a question comes to mind. Each? Each. You're kidding! I can't keep the shock out of my voice. What do you say? It's the second time she's asked that question in our 3-minute conversation. This woman is good at closing deals. Why? I can't help but ask. Why us? Like I said, Marsha replies, your classmates believe their old prom king and queen belong together. You two received the highest number of nominations in your area. One of your classmates even sent a video clip where Kai ran through the homecoming game banner with you in his arms while the whole school cheered. Very romantic. Someone sent that? For a moment, I'm back in Kai's big, strong arms, smelling his heavenly smell and basking in his warmth. That moment was very romantic and so thrilling. Kai had scooped me into his arms, burst through the banner and onto the field. He ran straight to the mic and asked in front of everyone if I would go to the dance with him. It was a big deal considering that every girl in the school wanted to go with him. I consider agreeing to do the show, and a vision of my younger brother Nate comes to mind. He'll kill me if I say yes. He's witnessed firsthand how much that breakup hurt me. It feels like a million more wicks are flaring hot in my chest. Each one is sparking and spurting and ready to blow. I don't know, I breathe. How about I sweeten the deal and make it $30,000 a day? I'll send over the contract now, you sign it, and if Kai says yes, you head out to the location 1 week from today. I stare at my phone and blink, then flinch when the text pops in. Did you just send me the contract? Yes. Already? With a $30,000 per day deal? Yes, she says again. A vision of that dreamy time of my life floats through my mind. Early morning rides to school, late night kisses at the front door. What I wouldn't give to kiss those lips again. I have to know if Kai will agree to it. Handsome, hunky Kai, who's probably been breaking hearts since the day he left me. So maybe I was asking for a second dose of heartbreak. But who was I kidding? Money aside, it'd be worth it. All right, I blurt. I'll do it on one condition. You can't tell Kai that I already said yes, unless he says yes. And if he says no, then act like you didn't ask me and leave it at that. The line goes graveyard silent. Marcia might not know it, but this stipulation is everything. I absolutely 100% will not agree to this if Kai... Deal. My brows try jumping into my hairline. Deal? Yes, deal. Sign that and send it back. I'll call Kai and let you know once I have an answer. She hangs up, and I dive into the mile-long contract. I should have a lawyer. If I were smart, I'd contact a lawyer, have them look it over, and tell me whether I'm signing my soul away or not. But no, I picture the word sucker stamped to my head as I scroll way down to the bottom and do a finger signing on the designated line. There, I stare at it, asking myself if I dare hit send. But then something takes over. I'm not sure if it's the emotion stirring within me or the buttery crumb on my cheek, but suddenly I'm hovering a thumb over the send prompt and then lowering it until I tap solidly against the green, glowing box. I gasp, then stare at the device as it makes that swishy sound. The bombs are going off now, massive explosions in my chest that make it impossible to sit still. At once, I'm pacing along the kitchen and scrubbing the buttery spot on my cheek. I can't afford a breakout if I'm actually going to be on television. But wait, I don't want to be on television. Did I forget that that's part of the deal? What the crap am I thinking? But I already know the answer. I have to see if Kai will say yes to it or not. He won't. He'll say no. My barely healing heart will shrivel to the size of a raisin. I'll be alone for the rest of my business-floundering, pimple-mounding life. My phone buzzes on the table. I rush to it, catch my foot on the corner of the rug, and nearly fall on my face as I snatch the device like it's a magic bar of infinite gold. It's another text from Marcia. It has Kai's name on it. I swipe right so hard I nearly break my thumb. My heart skips 3 whole beats. And the answer from Kai is... yes. My mind registers this as happy news and sends a full-on parade through my body in celebration. My heart, however, wants no part of the action. I can already see it, frantically building walls to protect itself from a second onslaught. Already the stitches that hold it together are splitting loose. I can feel the sting as it pulls the slightest bit, small for now, but dangerously close to tearing wide open. I sigh and slump to the floor, wanting desperately to rewind time and say no to the whole thing. Just what am I getting myself into?